Check, check.
Hey, we can talk.
Hey.
Okay, hey, here we are on Old Soul Radio. Here we go. How's it going, everybody? Sorry we're a little late. Something happened, and we don't know what it is.
But we figured it out, though.
Let's give a round of applause for us. We have a very special guest in the building. Hey, let me get my chair, Jack.
Get your chair. Here, take this one.
Chair maneuvers.
All right, well, tonight
By Professa
I gotta
Gabel
introduce
DJ.
this guy properly.
Yee!
Tonight we have a special guest. This man, he's been around. He's not an old man, but he's a wise man. He's been
An experienced
around the
man.
Bay Area hip hop scene for decades, and actually has made much more albums than any of your favorite rappers, and not in a sloppy manner either.
Not more than Lil B, though.
Maybe not more.
Because he is somebody's favorite rapper. I don't know if anybody, I don't know who in the audience. We have to consider that.
All right. Like I was saying, not made. Not they weren't rushed albums either. Each album is deep in conceptual content, and it's a product of a thought, and not just fucking around. But fucking around is good, but it's not necessarily what this guy is doing. You know, so. Right now, I'd like us all to give a round of applause to my friend, Señor Gigio.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the studio.
Welcome
Because
back.
we've definitely had you on here before.
Yeah.
When, is it this one?
Yeah, just have it ready.
Oh, okay, for sure. When, right after you came out with Heroes of the Gold Rush.
Yep,
With Mr. Clean.
that's right.
Yeah.
Since then, you've dropped 2 projects.
Dropped 2 projects since then, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about those, what they are, and how they came about?
Well, so in October, I believe it was October, I dropped an album called The Tree of Life. And that one pretty much was like at the time, it was already completed for like a couple years already. And it just took me a minute to...
The Dream of Life, you say?
The Tree of Life.
Oh, Tree of Life. Pardon.
Yeah. It took me a minute to just finally get it all mixed and mastered, and it's kind of one of those things like you finish an album and you reconnect with it later. So it just was on time. I'm like, man, okay, this thing is all done. Let's put it out now.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it out later.
Right.
And it just keeps me busy.
Yeah. So that was that. You put that one out first.
I put that out in October. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the one after that was
Life Support.
Life Support.
Yeah. And I've been working on that one like last maybe 3.5 years, taking my time with that. So yeah.
What's the kind of the concept sort of behind each of these albums? 'Cause I know you're really into your concepts, and you put it in with your visual art and all that. So what's these ones about?
Okay, so the Tree of Life, like that one was kind of more. So I started that project, like I literally recorded, wrote it, and finished it in 2013. So, and that album is just kind of like it's just a look at life. It's a look at life, the idea is it's a look at life in all its different spectrums, but through a more spiritual lens. But really trying to touch on different things, you know what I mean, about life,
Right.
So yeah,
And then
and then plus I'm on that shit. At the time, I'm still working with Associated Fresh, so there's also a lot of dope production on it from Drendo. And from my boy Jamar, aka All Key. So like, there's some cool stuff that we did at that time. That was kind of like, toward maybe like the end of our real production together. So, yeah.
So, in this time, these 2 albums, what's the difference between these 2 albums this year and like the process of how you were working on Heroes of the Gold Rush? And when I say the process, I mean like, you drop, you do some shows, you have features, you don't have features. What's different about this year than last year?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything has to, like, every album too, like sometimes it might be that like I feel a certain thing when I'm writing it and recording it, and the concept is there with me, but then once I'm done like with that initial process, I kind of like space it out and it doesn't really resonate with what I'm going through after. Like I already I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm really ready to finish it up and put it out, so that's also one of the reasons why it took me a minute to work on life support, because I had been working on that one after I Am Not My Name finished. I started working on life support, but it was a little bit more ambitious in terms of what I was trying to do with some singing and also just the content. I was trying to step it up and be a little bit more mature. And it's only 10 songs, but some of those songs I really revisited and made sure I rewrote certain things just to make sure that the content was right and I wasn't just saying stuff just to be saying it. You know what I mean? Even though it might have sounded fresh, but I'm like, no, you know what? Like, let me really, like, you get the concept right. You got the chorus, and it's like, okay, that's the hardest part. Once you got the chorus and like the name of the song, what it's about,
Right.
And then sometimes you might get lazy around your rhymes and be like, that shit's fresh. You know what I'm saying? It sounds fresh, but I'm like, nah, it sounds fresh, but it doesn't really match the chorus and with what I'm really trying to say. So I really tried to go back and write that. You know what I mean? And make sure I delivered on the concepts.
I mean, you said that you wanted to go into it, not just saying anything and being more mature, but in terms of like topic, like did you have, like this is something that maybe I was holding off on talking about, or I realized that I want to talk about this in this project?
Yeah, no, I mean, the whole concept on life support, it's just literally that. It's just like, it kind of began with the title track called Life Support. I'm getting all these beats from this cat named KF Black. So that's also an inspiration. He starts sending me all these beats, like they're boom bap, sample based beats, but they're a little bit slower. So it kind of puts me in a zone to be more melodic and, kind of touch on some of my soul and R&B influences, you know what I mean? And kind of get me in that zone.
Gives you more room.
Yep. And when I'm hearing, the first song I wrote was Life Support, and I just started realizing, like, okay, that's what the concept of this album is about. It's supposed to be about just, like, you see your folks going through it, somebody that you care about, somebody that you see has talent, and you're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is kind of what you need to hear, you know what I mean, in order to get through your whole little struggle,
True.
So that was the heart of it, so that was the heart of what I was trying to write. And for the most part, like the first time I knocked it out, like it felt pretty good, but there's a couple little, it's like I'm slipping in some battle rhymes here and there, and I'm like, you know what, let me go back and rewrite some of this, like that doesn't have a place here, and it took me a minute.
So in doing that, maybe like editing the battle rhymes out, do you feel like that's like a part of you from the past, or it's a part of you now that you might not want to delve into as much as you may have in the past?
I just think it was like, I wouldn't say it had to do with the past or anything. I look at sometimes like these songs have their own personality too, so I look at it like that, and it's just like, okay, this is what the song is really trying to say, and if I'm being lazy, and not delivering on what the song is trying to say, then I'm not doing it justice, and it's like a job incomplete,
Do you feel that way about like other songs that you hear that might just be more like hard verses that not necessarily like is like it might just be like the last line that goes into the chorus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole verse is hard. And then you're like, blah, 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 blah.
And then like
and
one
then
line.
It was the coup to be, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I hear stuff like that all the time. I mean, like I'm sure we all do. Like sometimes I'll hear some stuff. I'm like, I'll really like be feeling the performance of whatever like the rapper or the MC is like conveying, and then they'll just throw like a little like, oh, okay, I guess you just had to get that off your chest, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you just have to, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, do you ever listen to like stuff you recorded before and you're like, damn, I said that? Like,
yes, all the time. It doesn't make me happy. I'll be like, damn, I was really tripping. I was on one.
Can you say one of those lines that you remember?
Oh man, I mean, you know, I've and actually on this album, this is one album I do plan on re-releasing. Okay. So this album called Culture Shock. I'm really proud of this album too, because when I by the time I put this project out, I would consider it like I would really consider it like my first proud piece of work. I can be like, okay, boom, that's like, that's when I got it. That's when I figured out what my philosophy was, like my hip hop philosophy, Culture Shock. Yeah, and I had all the beats, everything was right. And that's gonna be 10 years next year. So I'm gonna do like a little. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little 10-year. Thank you. Do a little 10-year re-release. But yeah, I was like, super lyrically into it, and then just very freaking passionate about what I was doing and the whole thing. Where like I'm like taking a couple heads off, and I say faggot and queer on it a couple times. That's not shit I would say now, but at the time that's what I said, and I didn't mean it in that context. But like that's
just how people talk.
That's just exactly. It's just how that's how we growing up and talking to each other and be like, hey, that fool's a fag. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's, part of the but way people talk, not that way. I didn't mean it that way, but, that's not shit that I definitely, because I don't resonate that way. I don't even talk that way anymore. Right. You know what I mean? But, like, yeah, so shit like that. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to change it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Be like, this is different. Because, you want to be true to the time of who you are and what's going on.
Yeah, because that's the evolution.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
You've been coming out with hella videos too, no? I know you just came out with that the Spiritual Warrior like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that been now that it's out and everything?
I mean, first off, shout out Emerald Brown.
She, she's
the homie. She wasn't able to make it, but we still represent for Emerald Brown though.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fun, man. Like, it's just one of those things with the videos. It's just like when it gets in my head, I gotta do it. I gotta get it. I get the visuals in my head. I gotta get it out of my head. Else it's gonna be in there and rolling around, And it's like, it gets to one of those points where it's also, it's a by any means necessary. And I don't mind trial and error. So I don't mind like making little mistakes along the way and just putting it out, and that I can still look at it and be like, well, at least that was my mistake. That was my work. That's something I can still be proud of it, and I learned from it,
So you edited the video?
I edited the video, and Emerald and her partner shot the video.
Oh, dope. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
You have a fairly theatrical side to your music, especially with like the concepts and everything of like albums. Do you ever like visualize a video before a song?
Yeah, no. Oh, wow. That's weird. Sometimes I do. I mean, definitely I get some things I can get super visual about.
Right. Definitely. So you just have a picture that you want to like, speak on, or like an image.
But you know what? But those videos haven't been made yet. Those particular ones, but there are some that like, maybe more so right now. I'm really trying to get like maybe some of the larger projects that I'm working on. Like I just was talking over here with Cyph4 about some things that I'm working on, and I'm kind of working a little bit on some play around, mixtape type vibration, just having fun with it. But the larger concepts that I'm working on I think I'm really gonna go in on just straight storytelling.
Okay.
And some of those songs, I'm seeing the video in my head.
Right.
In terms of videos, I feel like videos are very important right now, especially for like artists. So I think what I want to ask is, what do you think is a new like approach to a video that maybe someone hasn't done? I'm not asking to take a page out of your playbook, but I am. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to like think, because I think about this all the time. Like, because I be shooting music videos and like, you know, I love all the music videos, but like I want to do something different besides like, you know, rapping and in the video. You know what I mean? So like, what do you think is a way to do that? Like to make it more of like a movie?
I think that's a great question. You know, I think you just got to go for it, man. Like you gotta ride it out and don't stop. You know, if you got your vision, get your players. You know, get your people in it and do what it takes to get the job done. You know, it's just like because the one before Spiritual Warrior, I did Strange Days. And that one was like,
that one.
Thank you.
That was dope.
And it was really ambitious for me. Like I was like, it was like I'm like, damn, I got this story in my head, but I'm gonna need actors, I'm gonna need players in it. You know, you just got to go for it. You know.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You just got to go for it, man.
I was gonna bring that video up next because that video is sort of what I mean. Like that had like that wasn't just like you like. I mean, you were rapping in the video, but it was obvious that was like the narrative of the action of the people in the film, and it was shot in Frisco too, right?
No, we shot that in we pretty much shot it all in Oakland. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a scene on the bricks on Civic Center.
No.
That's a different video?
Yeah, it's probably a different video.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad Strange Days came up because people can listen and know what you're talking about. But can you kind of elaborate on what's strange about today?
Right. I mean. So Strange Days, it's a song that I have that's it's about, you know, being an MC, being just pretty much like a hip hop loving artist, you know, like it's in this day and age, it's kind of becoming like a more so kind of like boutique kind of thing, you know, where it's like it's not really out there and, you know, just people are not fanatical about it. Like it's almost kind of like if you know kind of deal, you know, but it's like trying to push it, you know what I mean? In a society, everything that's changing, you know what I mean? Like just up against whatever the mainstream idea of rap and hip hop and, you know, all of that, you know, it's pretty strange.
Would you ever be interested in doing something like sort of crossover?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but you know, it has to be. I mean, I love music. You know,
Right.
I love music, and as long as everything's got to have soul in it. You know, at the end of the day, you know what I mean. If it's soulful and it's not forced, you know, you can do a lot of good things, especially and hip hop is like the music to do it with anyways, because we're already doing that, just taking, you know, samples from all different kinds of genres and world music all over the place, you know what I mean? So it's already like kind of crossover, you know?
Right, but I mean, I kind of mean more like, would you be interested in being on like
Pop?
like a Drake song or something like that?
Nah.
Like if they offered it to you?
No, I don't think I really don't. I mean, so you know, maybe like it just depends on the day and time, like. But no, I don't think so, because you know what? Because what I really look at, and it's not to take away from anything that they do, you know, whatever, but it just doesn't seem like any fun. And it's like what's that gonna look like? You know, like it's gonna say less about me, you know, than it does about them. Like, you know, these cats would rhyme with Drake. You don't hear nothing about those cats after that. You just hear Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, what's something you'd like to see happen in music? I mean, on a general level, but also on a local, like Bay Area level too.
Wow. I mean, I really think that I would like to see more shows put together, and maybe more of a network of shows. but with a common cause about, you know, what we're gathering together to do. Real hip hop, you know, and that's not to say, and when I say real hip hop, it's just about the, you know, being honest, humble, come through, rap over your beats, your music,
right,
respect your music, you know what I mean, and let's come through and let's really build. Like, don't just come through and do your joint and cut.
right.
Stick around, because what people don't, I think what a lot of people don't really see is, like, because we have it here at our fingertips just so easily, like, it's just there that we kind of look at it like, oh, if I'm doing a show or something, like, I could treat it like, oh, this is just another night, whatever, I'll get another show on another day.
Right.
But it's like, I'm kind of already, you know, and we all go through maturing stages, and I've probably been on that level at certain points in my life too, but now I'm looking at it like, hold on, like, anything that I'm agreeing to do, that I'm putting my name on, and I'm gonna get on stage and do something, like, that's important to me, you know, and I want that night to be successful for everybody, you know.
Right.
I want everybody who comes through to come out and let's have a good time, you know what I mean, and let's care about the whole show, you know. I look at it like we should care about the whole show, not just the one part that you get on and,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, gas your friends up and bounce. You know what I mean? Like, the whole show should be, you know, of concern and care, because there's a lot of potential, you know?
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you have any shows coming up?
The next one that I have lined up is supposed to be June 28th in Nevada City.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where at?
Man, I got the venue somewhere in here. We'll announce that.
I like Nevada City.
I've never been there.
Oh, I like it there.
I'm going out there. These cats out there, Galactic Vibes.
And Connected.
Yup.
Shout out those guys. Those guys are dope. They do dope shit.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I like
So
those.
yeah, I'm about to be out there.
Yeah, I was just out there with Zion I and Equipto and Mike Measy and True Justice.
Hell yeah.
And Galactic Vibe and Connected also performed. at that show.
Sick.
Yeah, that was a dope show. Shout out to Nevada City. They have great weed.
Yeah, I bet they do.
It's amazing. It's just like I go out there and I you know, the air tastes like air.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, there's real trees and dirt.
Yeah, man, that's good. It's good for the soul.
Is it in Nevada or is it just NorCal?
It's north in California.
There's like a Nevada City in California, and then there's like a California City in Nevada.
Yeah, right.
Is there really?
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there is.
Maybe.
Like, Nevada.
The town of
trying
California,
to big each other
population
up.
5.
There's so many places with names. It's amazing. But yo, since we had some technical difficulties earlier, we didn't get to play your music yet. So I'd like to do that now, if that's all right. Play a few songs
let's
off
do that.
Life Support, and hopefully you can stick around and we can keep chopping it up after that.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to start with?
let
That's
it
a good
roll?
question. Maybe.
Let it roll from the top.
Or should we play some songs?
Maybe go from track
Play
2.
select.
Track 2.
Yeah, you can go from track 2.
Title track.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? Oh, yeah. Señor Gigio and KF Black. And we've come together to give you some of that good music that you need for your soul. Hey. You need life support. You need to find a sport. You really need a kind of girl to get behind you more. You need a new diet. You need a haircut. You need sleep. You're too tired. You need to get your fair cut for all the work you've done. You need compensation. You don't really need the weed, but you need concentration. You be complicating things. You need to detox. You need to decompress, and you need to keep calm. You need fresher air. You need special care. You need to express yourself to someone who can help you share. Maybe a professional. Someone who's licensed for it. Yo, you need life support. Save you, somebody will save you. Someone has got to save you. When the nick of time, there's hope for you. If there's hope for me, still feel the pulse rushing through your whole disease. You need life support. support. You need intervention. You need a gentleman. You need to get rid of them henchmen. You're going south, lady. That ain't your coordinates. You need to stop acting like a goddamn subordinate. I need to cuss so much, but I guess I care a lot. On that premise alone, you need to give me a fair shot. Cause I can help you out. You need a helping hand. You need to learn how to put some trust in your fellow man. You need some sunlight to activate your melanin. If you're feeling depressed, then you need to tell a friend. If you don't have a friend, then you need to make a friend. Let me give you these 2 cents and you can take it in with a grain of salt. Don't hang it on the wall if it makes you bald. If you stress too much, it'll make you bald. Why you think I'm bald? That's why I write this for. Yo, you need life support.
Save you, somebody will save you. Someone has got to save you. In the nick of time, there's hope for you. If there's hope for me, still feel the pulse rushing through your whole disease. You need life support. This is what we Cyph4 for. Cause this is that life support. We won't let you die no more, no more.
You need life support. You need some time to sort your mind ashore. Cause you're falling and you're behind your chores. I know it felt bad every time you tried to score, but you need to try some more. You need to smile some more. So is the cup half empty or is it half full? Appreciate what you have, quit being an asshole. Oops, my bad, I'm cussing cause of my cynicism. But you need to learn how to take some constructive criticism, because it's benefiting on a larger scale. You need to call your spouse, you better charge yourself. You need to think of yourself, you need to think of your health. You need to think for yourself, you're trying to please everyone else. You need to talk to God, it's never too late. You can walk the park and have a seat in the cool shade. Underneath the trees, you just need to breathe. God knows your pain, so go and speak your peace.
Save you, somebody will save you. Someone's got to save you. In the nick of time, there's hope for you. If there's hope for me, still feel the pulse rushing through your whole disease. You need life support. This is what we Cyph4 for. Cause this is that life support. We won't let you die no more, no more.
Ta-da. We are back on Old Soul Radio.
Yeah.
We were just listening to Gigio's album, Life Support. That shit sounds good, man. I like the verses, first of all, but I really also love the beats, you know what I mean, and the sequentialness of them.
Yeah, man. No, KF Black, he pretty much set the tone for the album. Like, he just sent me all those beats. One would be like named, like it was like numbered, like GGO1, GGO2, GGO4, you know what I mean? Like, it was all like that, and so it really set the tone for the vibration and what the subject matter would be, you know.
I mean, do you ever have trouble when it comes to like whittling down what the album's gonna look like in terms of track order, or whether a track is going to be on a project?
Not so much.
No.
Yeah, not so much. I mean, if something doesn't resonate though, I'll cut it.
Yeah.
You know, and I keep, if I don't like it, that's it. You know, it might not be every beat that I like. I think pretty much like, out of all the beats he sent me, I pretty much kept like about 80% of them. And
right.
That's, you know, I knew that I was going to do something with them.
Wait, did you say that there was one main producer?
Yeah, on this project, yeah. There's on Life Support, it's all KF Black doing every single beat. Yeah.
Right.
And we have some contributions like on the title track, the homie Max, Manker, Nahant, he's doing some guitar on that, and then on Heartbeat we got the homie Nick Obando doing some sax over that too.
And I mean, do you like how, or that process of working with one producer? Because, you know, before when you came on, we were pushing the album you did only with Mr. Clean. So are you kind of attracted to the idea of just, kind of a one-on-one thing?
Yeah, for the most part, I really like that because it just, it gives me a chance to work with different people on that spectrum. It gives me a chance to work with different people, meet new people, get to know them like that. But then on the other end, it's just like, I get to experiment and find a new sound, because the sound is really important, I think, for me when I'm thinking of a theme, it sets the tone, and it was the same thing with Heroes, where it just so happened all these beats that Clean was giving me were all like these kind of, Western, Latin flavored beats that just really inspired that,
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Would you rather do an album with Madlib or Quincy Jones?
Madlib all the way. I mean, I just would rather do an album with Madlib, period.
Than anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I would love that. He's definitely a huge, inspiration.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask earlier, do you have a favorite movie?
Man, if I'm gonna get, like it's always like different time periods,
right,
for different movies.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I could never answer that question with one answer,
I mean, I'll tell you what, my. This is funny. Like my initiation into hip hop would probably be, probably Little Baby, Ninja Turtles too. When Vanilla Ice came through with the Ninja rap.
He made a Ninja Turtle rap.
Yeah, in the movie he comes out like there's B-boys. The Ninja Turtles are straight killed. Like they're not just like dancing weak either. Like they're killing
bro,
it.
they get down in that movie, bro.
Down,
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, so I mean, like
dancing shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, that shit made me like, what? Like this is something. That was hip hop.
Shout out Ninja Turtles, bro. Represent hip hop, bro.
That was hip hop, bro.
Teenage Mutant
Ninja hip hop.
Hey, Mike Evans, welcome.
So what you running? Good to see you.
How you living, Mike?
You're live on the air.
Yeah, live on the air. Mike Evans Jr. just stepped in the place to be.
Mike Evans Jr. Thank you.
How you doing, Mike?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Check.
Add into the
You have anything you want to ask Gigio now that you're here?
Yeah. Well, when was the first time you went to Boom Boom Room?
Oh man. Probably the first time I went to the Boom Boom Room. Let's see, if this is 2019, I would say it was 2013. Yeah.
That was before Return of the Cypher, right?
I think it was actually for Return of the Cypher though.
Damn,
Yeah.
Fuck. How long has that been happening?
They've been doing it for. Has that been 6 years? Is that 6 years?
Well, that's 2013. That was 6 years. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they've been doing it for 6 years. So yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing that shit for hella long.
Yep.
What do you remember about that time?
It was like, it was. I think I met Slice 9 like. Maybe like a little bit before that, like maybe like a month or so within before that, I had a show with B-Pause.
Oh, okay.
And Melina Jones was rocking.
Oh, Melina Jones.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember who else was rocking that night. But what I remember is that Slice 9 came through, and that was my first time meeting him.
Shout out Slice.
Yeah, and he was, just the homie. He was like, hey, reached out to me afterward to come through to rock the Boom Boom. So,
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out the Boom Boom Room. Definitely,
Shout out Slice 9 big time, though, too, because that's the homie.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah.
Slice is he's talented person.
He is hip-hop.
Yeah, no doubt. But we're going to play one or two more these songs off life support.
Cancel the miles when you fall from home. Get on the phone, get on the phone. Double the smiles when you're all alone. Get on the phone, get on the phone.
Verse 1, sucker. Rhyme styles I bust far from tongue in cheek.
I seen 3 flying saucers in 1 week. Mind, body, and soul, definition of complete. I take a stand for those unable to compete. The weak, the meek, unstable and hungry. Each one teach one. At the table I brung heat. I hit rock bottom before and I done sunk deep. Now I'm high times, good vibrations with funk beats. Kill 'em with kindness, non-violent Buddha monks. And my style might be the nicest, cause I don't want beef, I want peace. It started as a love thing, but it's become a bloody drug scene. Disgusting. These rappers think they street just cause they puff trees. Put up a front, but that jibber jabbering comes cheap. Practice what you preach or stay quiet and unseen. It's like a jungle sometimes and it's made of concrete. So I tell the kids, stay positive and you will succeed. Verse 2. We debate over who's the greatest of all time. I don't believe in the greatest, I don't believe in time. If I die today, don't matter where my body lay, cause my soul will transport to another time and space. I've been on earth before, in many form, or many trial. Reincarnation is real, and I can tell you how. I wonder what it's like to see my old burial sites. You ever think of that? Baby, you should cherish your life. I'm black as night, white as light when I carry the mic. Can't fit me in one genre, fuck a stereotype. I'm sitting back on a plane, taking aerial flight. Ain't worried even, these mosquitoes with malaria bite. When it's my time to go, in my mind I will know. My sons and daughters rule earth with God body, for sure, yo. And I ain't got nothing to say once the music's done. Watch me ascend into the sun and turn 2 to 1.
Dance with the smiles when you call from home. Get on the phone, get on the phone. Double the smiles when you're all alone. Get on the phone, get on the phone.
Hey, how are you doing today? Are you feeling okay? How are you doing tonight? Are you feeling alright? How are you doing today? I hope you're feeling okay. How are you doing tonight? I hope you feel alright.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Jima on the wheels.
Yeah. Shout out Gigio fucking coming through.
Shout out Señor Gigio.
My brother.
Gigio, you got anything you want to send us off with?
Oh man, let's see. What do I want to say right now? It's 2019. You know, it's a good year. Let's just keep it at that, man. Let's keep it going. You feel me?
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Real hip hop, baby.
Real hip hop. Thanks for coming through, man. You're welcome back anytime.